Take It Out on Me is actually your most requested song that we have here.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah.
I'm getting more and more requests for it on the breakfast show.
We're able to turn it up a bit more.
You want me to turn it up?
No, just here.
I don't think.
Okay, well that's right.
More.
That's good. All
Okay.
good. All good.
Not without throwing it out the window and jumping on it.
Okay.
Oh, I can throw it out the window for you.
Can you? Okay.
Hey everyone on Facebook.
Are we already doing this, are we?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining us again here at Galaxy 107 FM, folks. And believe me, today I'm absolutely excited. I really am. Because Alex Runion, from, of course, we're talking Saskatchewan. And we're going to Saskatchewan next week as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is it? It's Jordan Pollard. Yeah. Mate, we're getting to know a few of you guys over in Saskatchewan. Welcome to Galaxy.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's I'm excited to be here.
You know something? We absolutely love your work right here at Galaxy. We really, really do.
Hey Matt, you come back from War Cheek, have you?
Oh, Matt. Hey, brother, man. Nice to have you aboard again. And believe me, you're going to love today's show with Alex Runions. Do we call it Regina?
Well, Regina, yeah, that's where, I spent a bunch of years out in Regina.
Nice, nice. I would like to do that too, but my wife won't let me.
Is that right?
Yeah. I've actually
Dan
been
Washburn.
Dan, my bro.
Yeah.
Nice to have you
Hi,
along, Dan.
boy.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So we will go live to the desk and take it from there. Are you ready?
We're ready. Alex is ready. Dan says hi kids. Hello Uncle Dan. It's funny.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 16 after 11 o'clock, 16 degrees. Not bad actually, kind of worried though, because that's the weatherman's prediction. To be honest with you, we don't want him to win. We don't. I'm saying 18 degrees today. And I wasn't sure what Barbara was saying in the breakfast show this morning, what her prediction was, but, well, you know, Barbara should win anyway. You know, so why do we compete? Weatherman doesn't stand a chance. It is Thursday, September 24th, and absolutely elated because we're going back to Saskatchewan. We were there not so long ago, and we're back there again today, and absolutely elated to be joined by Alex Runions. Now, Alex, got to welcome you to the show. Thanks for taking the time out to join us.
It's my pleasure, Grant. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You know, when we very first heard your music, we were absolutely elated, but we didn't say anything when we first started to play it. We just played it, you know what I mean? Put the proverbial toe in the water to see how it goes, and we got inundated pretty much straight away by people wanting to know more. Who's this? What's this? all sorts of questions about your music, and we're going to work our way through that as we go. But we opened the show with The Open Road. Now, tell me a little bit about that. How did you come to the lyrics of that?
Sure. Well, that song, that's one of the first songs that I wrote on my own. When I was back in 2003, I just kind of wanted to go out on my own and do my own thing. Previous to that, I was, in some bands and things like that, and really didn't know who I was as an artist. But that song just kind of, I actually haven't talked about this song for years and years. So it's kind of, I got to jog my memory, but I do remember writing that at my parents' house, and because back then I was still just kind of young. I was maybe 18 or something like that, and there was just a nice cool breeze coming in. It was this fall morning, and the whole idea about the song was just just kind of getting away and hitting the open road and just enjoying the freedom of the open road, and that's kind of the essence of that song. So it, and it was really kind of the first song that I just wrote on my own as a solo artist.
I get it, I really do. And you know something? We absolutely love it here at Galaxy. Now, have you ever met Vince Gill?
No, I've never actually met him before, but I saw him in Nashville, maybe 5 years ago. He was playing at this little bar called Third and Lindsley. And he wasn't there for the Vince Gill show. He was playing with this group called the Time Jumpers, and they play, old Western, old swing music, and great musicians. And here comes Vince, just wearing basketball shorts and a regular T-shirt, and he just sits down on his amp with his hollow body guitar, and just plays flawlessly. And so just to be in the same room as the man, I was so excited.
I get it. I really, really get that. I do. And believe me, I kind of like Vince Gill as well, to be very honest with you. I was kind of hoping that you would say, yeah, I met the guy. We had a few beers. We went out and got arrested.
man, I wish I had that story for you. But yeah, it's unfortunately, I've never actually met him. Just in the same room, and got close enough for a good enough picture that I can at least say, hey, I was in the same room. That's about it, though. Nice.
Got to let you know, 64 countries and 96 countries so far joining us, 96 cities around the world joining us. And I've got to thank you guys for joining us. It's MBZ especially. And also, we're going to Russia with St. Petersburg over there. You're joining us this morning. Japan, nice to have you guys in Japan, Osaka, Tokyo, Nagasaki. Thank you very much. And a number of other countries around the world and cities there. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you're going to be watching this later on YouTube, you know what to do, right? Sub, thumb, bell, bingo. You got it. Anyway, joined by, of course, our good friend. Now, you're part of the family now. I don't know whether to congratulate you or commiserate you, but we're doing the interview, so... while we are doing this, I better give a shout out to Jasper Anson from Nova Current Public Relations and Publicity. Thank you so much for putting us in touch with, of course, Alex Runions. Is it Runion or Runions?
It's with the S on the end, so it is Runions.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure about that because some of the songs came through with the S on and some didn't, if you know what I mean. Maybe my production team are a little lazy.
No, that's fine. You know what? It's this thing. I've it's my whole life I've had to explain the last name, even just the pronunciation. So it's just Run with onions at the end. That's basically it.
Yeah. Well, I hope you don't take offence, but we usually say give it the onion here.
Yeah, there you go. And what does that mean? Toss it or what?
No, get the hell on.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I got it.
Moving on. So I've got a fan question for you. Now, everybody wants to know, as a fan, Alex, how do we get in touch with you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, do you respond?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm quite active on all of them. Facebook, Instagram. I post daily stories all the time. And if anybody ever messages me, I usually get back to them. YouTube, I try and keep up with comments if there's ever comments, and I I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to Instagram and to social media and Twitter too. I try and be active on that. I kind of go in spurts, with posting, but that's the way it goes. Sometimes there's just not the content there. I can only post so many pictures of my cats and dogs when I'm not doing music stuff.
Okay, I get that. Well, you shouldn't have said yes, because now you're going to get another 5,000 Facebook fans. Yeah, you'll be there all day. You'll get no work done, literally. And do you have a website? And on your website, do you have a merch store?
Yes, I have a website. It's www.alexrunions.com. I don't have a merch store though. That's the only thing on the website. Through the years, I've just never really. I've had T-shirts in the past, and I've got a lot of albums. I've just never. For some reason, I've just never had a ton of merch to sell. I have custom guitar picks that I hand out. That's kind of the gist of it.
Nice. Well, I tell you what, you might have to send me one of your guitar picks.
Absolutely, I will.
I got a collection of them, and sometimes they actually hang around my neck. Somebody makes jewellery out of them as well, if you know what I mean. So,
Not that one.
is it that one? That one.
That one, yeah.
That one there. Yeah, there you go. I'm no good at being blind either. I'd never do it by feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm good in the dark, but that's about it. My parents told me to eat my carrots. Anyway, my friend, moving on right now, and I want to talk, well, I don't want to talk another day, I want to talk about another day.
Okay.
Tell me about this, because I absolutely love this
Drew
track.
Gregory.
Well, cool. Again, so The Open Road and Another Day, they were on the same album. And that one was released in 2009. But before that, I had a 3-song EP, and Another Day was on there with The Open Road and then a third song. And so that was my first kind of commercial release that I did back in 2005. And Another Day was on that. So really, this one is one I haven't talked about for years as well. So I appreciate you listening all the way back there and listening to those songs. This song I wrote with a band that I was part of in kind of through my high school years, and we were more of sort of a pop punk rock band. We didn't know what we were, and I actually got kicked out of that band because I didn't have a rock enough voice. And back then, you're in school, that meant the world. It was devastating. My world came crashing down on me. But then I realized afterwards that that I can just do this on my own. Either way, so I wrote Another Day with that entire band, and we all have credit on that one. Really, Another Day, it's just about kind of being okay with being alone. If it takes another day, it'll be another day on your own. And that's the whole idea. It's being comfortable with being on your own, and being alone in a way. So we were young kids and trying to get our emotions out and trying to put something down that would relate to other people. And we recorded that song as sort of this pop rock punk group, and then it made it onto the country album, and when I went solo. And so yeah, that's kind of the genesis of that song and where it came from.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So I tell you what, right here at Galaxy 107 FM live with Alex Runions, Another Day.
Do you know what Drew Gregory's just said?
Drew Gregory?
Yeah, the other day. He says, "Strap in, Alex, you're in for a ride."
Well, somebody's got to warn you. It's true. That's why I said you might need a stiff drink, my friend.
He did the interview the other day,
yeah.
so he knows. And
Yeah,
he's
Drew-
come back for more. So
Drew did
thank you for joining us, Drew.
Kia ora, my bro. Nice to have you back with us. You must be a glutton for punishment. You really
And
must
Matt.
be. Or maybe you're watching my next victim.
He might know Alex.
Like deer in the. Yeah. Do you know Drew Gregory?
Drew Gregory, of course, yeah, I know Drew. Yeah.
He's hooked in and watching right now. We actually spoke to him the other day. So.
He's a great guy. He's already done his harvest though, like a long time ago, and I help my fiance and her family on the farm, and we're just kind of getting rolling right now.
Okay. Yeah, because he actually was in the middle of a harvest the other day when we were talking to him. So,
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought he was finished. Okay, yeah.
no,
Great.
we
Right.
pulled him off the job. He's
Yeah.
hard-working man.
Canola oil.
Yeah,
You need to send
yeah,
us some
you do.
decent canola oil.
Canola oil.
We
He-
need
he
some
was-
here.
yeah, that's what we're doing. We're gonna be swathing it. Well, actually, we swathed all the canola, so now we're gonna be combining it
Okay.
coming up here this week. Yeah.
Okay. How many acres have you got?
It's 2,500. That's
Yes.
but
Decent.
again, it's it's my fiance's family farm, so.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
That's decent.
She's a
though.
single
That's a
dad,
good day's
yeah.
work, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's long days. You know, like it's not my day job, but I go and help on weekends and take some holidays and stuff. And yeah, that's good. It's good work though.
Yeah.
And don't forget Erin Hiller's fiance.
Erin,
She's a singer.
I want to talk to you about Erin Hill as well because I'm familiar with Erin and her music. I really, really am.
Great.
Had no idea. You, my bro, you lucked out right there. She's a wonderful, wonderful artist.
I agree. Yeah. She's an amazing songwriter and singer, and she's easy on the eyes, and she's out of my league. I'm aware.
I wasn't going to go there, bro. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Hey, sounds good.
So tell me a little bit about Kipling.
Kipling is a great little town. When I left Kipling, there was about 1,100 people there. I definitely think it's grown, but it was a lovely little town. It still is. My parents are still there. My sisters are still there with their families. So, but it's about a 5-hour drive for me. So I don't get out there nearly as much as I used to, because now that I'm in Saskatoon, that adds an extra 2.5 hours to my trip home. When I was living in Regina, that was only about an hour and a half or so. And yeah, Kipling was great. I loved growing up there. I love the small town life. I write a lot about living in small towns and getting away from the city and going back to those rural roots. And sometimes when I'm heading home, I even just take gravel roads just because I just love driving through all the fields and stuff like that, or with the fields around you. And in Saskatchewan, it's just clear, big skies. So I really love that. But Kipling is a great little town. They put up a sign in my honor, I think in 2016, and man, that I still feel very undeserving of that, but I feel honored that they would even consider me for doing something like that, and appreciate what I do. So it's I always have that town to thank for that. Absolutely.
I understand. I really do. Now, kind of surreal times these days, especially with this COVID deal going on, and not a lot of shows going down. So I presume right now, besides doing hard work that you do, you might be doing a bit of writing.
Absolutely.
And you might be doing a bit of writing with somebody. Well, you see, I'm a big fan of Erin Hill. Tell me a bit about your relationship with Erin.
Sure, absolutely. So Erin and we met a few years ago. About, well, I guess 4 years we've been together now, and we've she's a singer-songwriter from here in Saskatoon as well, and she's fantastic. We write together a little bit. Off the start when we first met, we wrote together a lot more, and it was kind of funny because even though we were in this budding relationship at the time, we were still writing breakup songs. And so we started out kind of doing that. And we even talked about potentially doing kind of a duo, starting a duo. And we've played that show a few times. It's not really official or anything. We're still keeping our solo careers. But she's a fantastic singer and songwriter. And, she's out of my league, that's for sure. So I've lucked out there. And she's a great person.
Well, I got to agree, you really have landed on your feet. Aaron, and believe me, my friend, maybe, just maybe, if I ask you nicely, how about setting us up an interview with Aaron?
Absolutely, I can easily do that.
Do you know somebody on the inside there that might be able to help that work?
Yeah, I'll have my people talk to her people. And,
nice.
Yeah, we'll see if we can streamline that somehow.
Nice, and please talk to my people. Barbara's waiting for that one for sure. So we'd love to be able to talk to Erin and about her music and her career as well. Now, at the same time, as I said, I've been a huge fan of Erin's for a little while now. I've got to be honest with you. But would you consider maybe you and Erin coming down here, down under, once we get this COVID virus thing over and done with, we can open up the borders again, get back to work. Would you be interested in coming and playing here in New Zealand?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
honestly, it would be amazing to travel out there and play. I would love to do something like that and set something like that up.
Well, I tell you what, you see Barbara in her infinite wisdom, not only working here, she manages a company called Aurora Entertainments, which brings bands into the country, sets dates, sets shows, sets everything you need, literally staging, backline, even doctor's visits if you need it. You know what I mean? She really knows what she's doing, she really does. And believe me, we would love to be able to have you here in New Zealand playing in front of New Zealand audiences. Got to be honest with you though, we also like to put a couple of Kiwi bands, as curtain raisers, give them the big stage feel, train these people of what they're to expect when they leave our shores. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. I think we should promise to do that.
I'm going to keep you up on that one. I really am. But we are kind of crazy here as well. So we, get up to a little shenanigans, if you want to put it like that. And Barbara's making fun of me right now. By the way, you will get a copy of everything we do here today. And, well, I don't know whether to feel sorry for you or not, but she'll put a movie together. We'll transpose the Facebook Live we're doing right now over to YouTube, put it all together. Crazy photos as well. We're going to throw in a few of those. We'll even take a quick video after the end of this, put it on our website because, well, with the amount of traffic that we got, literally, they don't just live stream us, they go and have a look through our pages. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Feel very oogled sometimes, or googled, if you want to put it like that. Really do.
I could think about
but believe me, we've got a thing on the homepage there, shout-outs, and, well, they go and find out who you are, and before you know it, you got another 5,000 Instagram fans or something like that. Feel sorry for you, because now you're going to be there with 2 phones all day.
I can hardly operate the one.
Oh, you should. I tell you what, meet Barbara. She's a master at 2, 3 phones. Got a couple, She, wow. Yeah, I'm like you, bro. I'm in your bracket. And funnily enough, I've got to ask you this. This is really interesting, actually. Does Erin sleep with her phone?
Well, she has her phone near her. It's kind of on the bedside table.
Yeah, well, you see, just over the last couple of years, I've noticed this, that men start to complain now that they're not only being ignored when they get into bed by a book, now it's their phone, and they're waking up in the morning, and they've got the missus's phone stuck to the side of their face.
Well, I haven't seen it that bad before, but there's definitely a case of the phones kicking around.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that.
Yeah, most of these guys are saying, I was okay with being rejected when she's just reading a book.
Yeah. No, it's the phone.
Yeah, exactly. The technology's taken... These guys are going, hey, we've been replaced.
You're in trouble.
Well done, wake up.
I know, yeah.
It's a new world. Pick up a phone.
You're in
Fight
trouble.
back.
Yeah, get in your phone.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you want to talk, text each other.
Why,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Next each other, beside each other.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, the wife does that with the kids at dinner time anyway. It's true. She really does.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Hooked on You, my friend. Tell me about Hooked on You.
Okay, so Hooked on You is just a song about, really saying, you can be hooked on, I mean, everybody, you can be addicted to things. It doesn't matter what it is. But there's just something about the love of this woman or the feel of this woman that, that is just, you can't get it anywhere else. There's nothing like it. It's like, you never get as high as the first time kind of thing. It's like this woman, it's just, there's something that's intoxicating about her. And so what the song is really saying is that there's just nothing as good as her.
Love it. Absolutely love it. It's an adrenaline rush. There you go. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, live with Alex Runions and Hooked on You. How you feeling, Alex? You okay?
Good. Yeah, all is good here. How about over there?
Well, I don't know about you, but I might need a stiff drink soon.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. You know what? You caught me on a funny time because usually, I mean, any other day I'd probably have a drink, and I'm on this. I'm just taking a little time off drinking, and I'm like 140 some days into no drinking, and it's the longest I've ever went in my life, besides when I was a kid.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations. Keep it up.
But yeah. I mean, it's just kind of this thing I'm doing. So yeah, it's been all right.
He'll lose
Fair
weight.
enough. Fair enough.
Any other day I'd be in a bottle of tequila.
Nice. What? I hope you got the worm at the bottom.
Well, sometimes.
Actually, we're going to talk about
Are
bugs
you
very, very
knows
shortly.
about
So
that story?
we are.
And man,
I'm
they're
interested
waiting
in that.
for
Oh yeah, believe me, it's actually the indigenous folks here in New Zealand is called the Maori.
Okay.
They are primarily the tribes that we respect.
Hi,
We call
Cheryl
them iwi
Barkhouse.
here,
How are you,
if you
darling?
know what I mean. And we respect these people like you wouldn't believe. In fact, about an hour's drive from where we are is a tourist Maori city. And it's,
Okay.
Are you familiar with Yellowstone National Park with the geysers and the bubbly muds and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, that's about an hour away from where we are.
Oh,
You know what I
cool.
mean?
Okay.
And it's
You've
like
got
going
some in
back.
town.
Well, we do have some in town, but
Yeah.
not as impressive.
No, but
No. But it's like going back in the day. I mean, past the Flintstones, way back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and believe me, it's very educational. They'll take you through it. They'll even teach you how to cook in this stuff. You know what
now
I
I
mean?
know why you like UFOs. You like the Flintstones, the Jetsons and Flintstones and all
Of course
that.
I do. Of course I do. I'm one of those kids.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Jetstones kind of guy. and if you go back in TV, you might find a program called UFO.
Yeah, I know. You've got that new poster out with you in your spaceship.
In my other car.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me. Let's go back to the desk. So how long have you been singing?
Well, I've been singing my whole life pretty much, and I think, when I was a kid, I would go to school, I'd walk, on my way to school, I'd just make up songs, and I don't know why I did it. I just did. So, and I kind of thought other kids must be doing that too. That was normal, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if every kid does that. And as time moved on, I kept singing, as like I said, a band in high school, and then continued on. So I've never been vocally trained or anything, but I always would, I love to sing, so I challenge myself by putting on, albums and singing along with them and trying to hit those higher notes and those bigger notes and work on my vocal chops. So I would say, professionally, it's been 15 years that I've been singing, but before that, I was, I was just singing because I liked to as a, even as a kid.
Well,
So,
you know, Alex, I'm glad that you do. Me personally, I can't sing. Well, actually, I tell a lie. I sing tenor. Well, maybe 12 miles away from anybody that can hear me.
yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? But no, it wasn't natural that kids go to school singing and stuff like that either. Me personally, I used to blow letterboxes up on the way to school.
Yeah, I could
It's
imagine.
right.
Yeah, my father was a shop firer in the local coal mines. He used to blow stuff up for a living, so I would find a bit of humour on the way to school every morning.
Well, letterboxes, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. I was an absolute terror, and to be quite honest with you, got to a certain age, I was literally kicked out of town and told not to go back.
Really?
Yeah, they were happy to see me go too, by the way. They really, really were. I could tell you some stories, and believe me, you'd be very, very amused.
Well, I can't wait to hear them
You,
sometime.
you would be amused. And believe me, I'd need to tell them to you personally, literally, yeah, because you'd know I'm not lying to you if you know anything like that. And I can even take you there and show you. Now, we were talking about getting you here down under. You and Erin, we would love to have Erin, maybe 2 different shows, or maybe a duo. You know what I mean? We can work on that, what makes you both comfortable. But we would love to show you around our humble country. Now, let you know a little bit about our country. We're made up of 3 islands, maybe 4 if you want to throw Australia in. We'll take it. We'll call it the West Island.
Yeah.
But we're made up of 3 islands. Down the very bottom is a place called Stewart Island.
Okay.
Got a name. It got a name, really. But then we got South and North.
Okay.
Yeah, they run out of imagination. They couldn't think of
Yeah,
anything.
that was it.
Yeah.
Just ended at Stewart, and then that's it.
Yeah, maybe they found a pub along the way and just went, oh, bugger it, we'll call it South.
Yeah. Screw it, just, be done with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that's that's how Dunedin came around. It really does. Anyway, and we're in the North Island, on the east coast of the North Island, and actually we get to see the first light of the day, the new day, every day here first. And believe me, it's absolutely wonderful, because we're a little ahead of you as far as time and day goes,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Sorry.
I walked in and I heard Barbara saying she's not going to give you the lotto numbers.
Yeah, and I was kind of disappointed because that was half the reason I was hopping on here.
Yeah,
See
well,
if I
to be honest with
You
you,
could tell me something from the future.
I can actually give you the lotto numbers if you want to. We do it on a Saturday night. You'll get them on a Friday. Go down, grab yourself a ticket. If you win anything, I'll give you 50-50. What do you reckon?
Love it. Let's do
Nice. But hold on, that might involve me actually watching television.
Oh, no, you can get it on the internet.
I never get the time, literally. Believe me, I get to work about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm
Yeah.
still here some nights because, believe me, with all the computers here, each and every one of them has its own personality, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
It can be a
Absolutely.
challenge, and unfortunately my IT guys don't like to be working at strange hours of the night, so I have to stand up and take the rap. You know what I mean?
Oh, sounds like fun.
Can be. Other times, you could go bald. You know what I mean? And of course, with this COVID virus thing, at one stage there, we had to send all of our staff home. That meant the only person here for, I think, 6-8 weeks was me, alone, by myself, with a couple of guard dogs. Even they got sick of me.
And that's the thing with COVID. It's like, it's insane when you think of how everybody's lives changed. And like you're sitting in there by yourself for that long. It's just nuts.
It is. It's crazy. It really, really is. But you know what? As I said to this politician, what's your views on it? She gave me her views, and I says, but hold on. 27 million people died so far, still climbing, and you don't think it's serious?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. It's just, it's insane.
Well, the thing I got from that was that, well, if it happens to me, it happens to me, but it's never going to happen to me. It's like, really? You sure?
Yeah.
You're positive. Why don't you just protect yourself anyway? And if it doesn't happen to you, well, nothing lost.
Well, the age old, it's, better be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Just easy.
And believe me, that's why I want my staff to be absolutely prepared for this. You know what I mean? We're not forcing them into coming into work. We're still at level 2 right now. We've only just gone down not so long ago.
Level 1.
We're at level 1 now. We've just gone down. Right.
Okay, I see.
But our biggest city was at level 3 up until a few days ago, and we've taken that down to level 2 now. So
Okay.
progress. We're starting to get there, but only 26 people. 26 people have died here in New Zealand out of 5 million plus people, you know what I mean? So I think we're doing all right.
That's pretty amazing. Actually, yes, I feel like I did hear that stat and how good you guys are doing.
We're doing the best we can, you know what I mean? But having said that, I was talking to a lady in Australia the other day, and she says, Grant, we kind of liken it to the Spice Girls. And I went, really? The Spice Girls? How come? She goes, and are you familiar with the Spice Girls?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she goes, Grant, we're all doing our best except Victoria.
There's always just that one person, right?
Exactly. Well, there's that one. Yeah, but don't forget, Australia's got a Victoria as well. It's a state.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, believe me. And guess where the biggest clusters are?
Victoria.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, right there. Believe me, not going there for a long time. Now, by the way, while we have you here in New Zealand, we could do maybe 5 shows here in New Zealand. Once say we do about 8 in Australia. Now, we could do 8 because we like their money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, believe me, you'll click on soon that New Zealanders and Australians, well, we have this love-hate relationship, much like you Canadians and Americans, and I'm sure that's an ice hockey thing, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little bit of everything, I think. You can take almost anything, and there's, Canada does it this way, and U.S. does it this way. Very similar, but very different in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well...
I can kind of gather that from you guys in Australia, for sure.
Yeah, ours is a rugby union thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We have the All Blacks.
Yep.
And they have the Wallabies, sorry. Yeah, well, 30 years without any silverware in their cupboard. Gosh! I'd be firing people.
No bad blood at all.
No, not at all, believe me. And I tell you what, we would have been the world champions again this year, this time round, but Mother Nature decided, no, you've had enough. Literally, we were playing in Tokyo and we got stomped by a typhoon.
Oh.
Cancelled the whole game out, literally, which meant now it came down to points and, well, some other team crept up behind us called South Africa. They became the world champions, which really, they should have been third, to be honest with you. I think there was another country there that deserved to win second place. Not us. Not us, unfortunately. Never mind. What's the name of the dog?
This is Kinsey, and I've had her since she was about 6 months old, and she's 9 this year, so she's a happy little girl.
Nice.
There, and then this little guy here, you probably can't see him. That's Franklin, but.
Okay. Look at that. There you go. I thought you were talking about your crutch for a minute.
Yeah, just an excuse.
Nice. The girls appreciate it here. Believe me, they do. They don't get enough crutch shots in these shows, unfortunately. They really don't. But nice. Oh, yeah. And it sings.
Yeah, well, she when she's getting impatient, if I'm not paying attention to her, she starts doing this big howl. So sorry about that, but I think she's good now.
That's all right. Believe me, I've got a couple of guard dogs here that do this same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because sometimes when we are not here, literally, well, we have an environment, and we like to make sure that the environment knows it's off limits. Don't try, because believe me, you'll get eaten.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, believe me, I would hate to be. Here's one for you. We actually have the council do our lawns and everything out the front. You know what I mean? Because we're in a court thing. And one day I threw out this huge big bone because I was feeding one of the girls. And this kid comes along and he's looking at this bone and he's looking at the dog. And then he looks at me and I says, don't worry, we've got more postmen. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw him a couple of weeks later with all of his mates and he's going, no, don't go near that guy, he's got big dogs. And, and we need more postmen apparently.
Yeah, we're down one.
Yeah, we're kind of. Yeah, don't ever grow up to be a postman, folks. Literally. Very, very cool. But we're coming, you're in summertime right now, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, I think today is our very first day of fall. We're just out of summer.
Okay, yeah, we're actually just on the precipice of coming into summer now. And
really?
Yeah, we're looking, is it this week we're doing the daylight saving, turn the clocks? Is it forward into summer, back into winter? It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
so we're turning our clock forward,
summer
right?
doesn't start till December.
Summer doesn't start until
No,
December,
so
no,
we're
but
really in
spring, basically. We're you know, on that precipice of, you know, we're starting to get ready to go down to the beach because we make sandcastles for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be lovely? Here it's like, okay, we're bracing for fall and the temperatures are going down. So now we're putting on sweaters and, you know, just bracing ourselves for snow in a couple of months.
Yeah, believe me. Now, how cold does it get there? Now, I was talking to some people over your way not so long ago, and they were saying they were in about 50 below.
Yeah, we get around there. Not like it's not constant, but last year we had about 1 week straight where it was probably about minus 50, at least in Saskatoon. It was insane, and honestly, like. That doesn't happen too often. You'll see around minus 40. That'll be, you know, you'll get a couple of weeks of a pretty cold, big cold snap. But you know, I think it's kind of standard. You'll see anywhere minus 20 to 30. That's your winter, and you get a long time of that.
Why would you be there?
I ask honestly. Every winter we ask ourselves the exact same thing. It's like, what is the point? The summers are amazing. You know, spring, summer, fall is amazing, but it seems like the winters feel like they're 10 months of the year.
You know, that's like I asked the guy who was living in Hurricane Alley. He just smiled at me and he says, because we like the challenge.
You know, winter rolls around and sometimes I just say, okay, I'm just going to embrace the cold and I'm Canadian, so I'm going to like the cold. But each year it gets harder and harder.
I'm sorry, my friend. You know, in this office here, we got down to a 0 this winter, and it doesn't feel like we've had a winter at all. I mean, we were up around 24 degrees the other day, and you're on Celsius, right?
Yep.
So you'd understand that. 24 degrees in the wintertime is unheard of.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It really is, you know, but our staff, we got down to a 0 a couple of weeks ago. All the staff were groaning like no tomorrow.
I bet, yeah.
And then we talk to people like you and say, hey, don't worry about it, 0, no worries, it's balmy. I wear my shorts on a day like that with jandals. And, you know, and we're sitting there going, nah, you wouldn't, you know. But, you know, 50 degrees under, no thank you.
Yeah, exactly. That's you know, it's what it is. You know, I guess you get climatized in some way and you get used to it. But it is nuts when you think about it. It's insane.
That's Arctic.
Yeah. And you know, last year I had a newish vehicle and I've never had an issue with it not starting. And it was, well, we have to plug in our vehicles because it gets so cold. And it was plugged in and it didn't fire up for like an entire week. I've never had that before, but that made me consider maybe I should be moving elsewhere. Maybe New Zealand's the way to go.
Well, yeah, I would welcome you here. I really, really would. I would love you to come over. Now, having said that, my friend, I was going to talk to you about a bug, and you were quite interested in this, literally. Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
A hoo-hoo grub? Never.
Never? Okay, well, I'll make sure that you get the instructional videos of this. So, you know I'm not pulling your leg, right? But you're familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's big.
Okay.
It's white. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini, actually. Yeah, he's pulling
Okay.
the faces already. He's getting prepared for this one. He is. And it is a married delicacy, and still is a married delicacy here in New Zealand. And literally, what you do is you put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head. Don't eat the head because it's yucky, but when you crunch down on this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Well, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but alcohol before, probably during as well, by the look on your face, and probably a lot more afterwards. I'm sorry, I'm going to break your record
No.
there. Believe me.
Well, I just, I honestly, I know, and you got to be adventurous. You got to try that stuff. I get it. That just describing it, I don't know. I've never had it. I didn't know that's what it would taste like. Consistency is kind of like peanut butter then too?
It kind of is, actually. Yeah, it is. But believe me, we will make sure you get the videos of this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
So you know I'm not pulling your leg, but there is a little place down the west coast of the South Island that has a wild foods festival. Now, you may be familiar with kids wandering around with candy floss, hot dogs on a stick. Yeah. Yeah, no, not there. No. More like deep fried locusts on a stick or something like that.
Yeah, well, that, yeah, I don't know. That would be on a stick.
Mountain oysters on a plate.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Believe me, we do go there. We do have a lot of fun down there as well. I know the management, the people who put that particular deal together. For 20 years now, I've been saying to them that we need a kiosk where you can dunk women in chocolate.
Yeah, well, that's a great idea.
It
How come
is.
nobody's ever done that?
Well, you know, I kind of think it'd be all day eating, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It'd be the busiest one there.
They think I'm a freak. Which, well, it's true anyway, but what the hell? You know what I mean? I love that idea, I do. Have you ever heard of Queenstown?
Yes, of course.
Okay, Queenstown basically is a little boutique town come city, and believe me, it's a lot of fun flying in there because it's wall to wall, literally, yeah, and you just dive out of the sky and come right on down. And the turbulence doing it is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Now, I've done a bit of skydiving in my time. About 35 years I've been doing this, and I love going into Queenstown every time because it never disappoints, right? It's just bang, bang, you're in there. And believe me, I had a really big guy sitting next to me, next to the window, holding on to this handrail things next to us, in his armrest, right? Clenching, he was white-fisted, literally. Sweat pouring off him, and he looks at me and goes, "Do you think we're going to crash?" I went, "Don't worry about it. We'll go straight to the scene of the crime."
Yeah. That's right.
Didn't help him a bit, actually, but, you know,
Yeah.
he almost fainted as he got off the plane. He was that relieved to get off, you know what I mean? Panicked like crazy. Whereas I'm kind of used to it. I really am. I've flown in and out of there so many times now. It's more of a challenge not to get excited now.
Is that right? Yeah. So you skydive. See, that's something I've never done.
Well, I'd be glad to throw you out of a perfectly good plane, bro.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you would.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll go with you, actually. I do attend with you. No worries.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know if that's anything I'll ever do in my life. But
Well,
come out there. We'll have to see.
yeah, well, let's put it on a bucket list and then scribe it off. Let's do that. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, sure. Sounds
You,
good.
you see, Queenstown is the kind of place where all the A-listers go there, literally just to get away from people, get away from their wives, you know, take their mates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Shania Twain actually owns property down there.
Oh.
Keanu Reeves was down there not so long ago. Kevin Costner was down there not so long ago. Same with Tom Cruise, you know, just before this COVID thing. So they do go down there, and they do have a lot of fun down there as well. You never know who you're going to bump into, to be honest. But to be quite honest with you, Alex, you don't want to bump into me.
Is that right? How come?
Yeah, well, I'll throw you off a bridge.
Yeah, then if that's the case, then I don't.
Well, you see, a good friend of mine who introduced the sport of bungee jumping here to New Zealand is situated down there, and we like to go and throw people off the bridge as often as we can.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, if that's the case, yeah. I mean, even that, man. Jeez.
Don't worry about it, Bray. You're not Australian. We'll attach the bungee.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Take care of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn you into a human yo-yo.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We'll even,
It sounds like that.
we'll even put you in the chair, actually, and the chair. Swing the chair out over this huge, big cavernous gap. Literally, it's a lot of fun. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, might get bum juice. Has happened in the past, actually. It really has.
Seemingly.
Kind of, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Have you ever heard of Lord of the Rings?
I have, yeah.
Okay, well, about an hour and a half's drive from where we are right here is the original set of Hobbiton. And believe me, they've got the hobbit holes and the party trees, wishing wells, the whole deal. And I'll have to get the staff to take you in there. Unfortunately, their security know me.
Oh, yeah, so you ain't getting in?
No. I apparently still owe them one of those little golf carty security cart things.
Oh, really? You left the place, didn't give it back, or are those records sealed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still missing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to tell you where it is either. But it's in good hands.
It's in the lake.
Oh, that's good.
It's in the lake.
It's in the lake.
It's in the lake. It's not in the lake.
Yes, it is. We saw you do it.
Okay, it's in the lake.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag.
The staff support me so much around here, it's not fun. But yeah, we'll take you there. Do you drink wine?
I do, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll drop in and show you some of New Zealand's finest wineries and have a little partake. You never know, we might have to have a little play just for a few free drinks, but, you know, we'll give it a go. What do you reckon?
Fine by me. We'll bring the guitar. We'll make it happen.
Nice, because believe me, we actually do have some very, very world-class wines. We do, especially Marlborough. If you ever go down, have a look at your winery, your wine cellars and stuff like that, go and ask them if they've got any New Zealand Marlborough wine.
Yeah.
I recommend it, I really, really do. And at the same time, I'm sure the lovely wife will like it as well.
Yeah, she loves wine too. Absolutely. She would.
Nice, nice. Well, I tell you what, when you're here, we'll take you up to Auckland, our biggest city, put you out on the harbour and take in a meal and the ambience. And believe me, you will absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun, literally.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And at the same time, by the way, we're about to undergo the America's Cup. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't.
It's a big yachting cup that we compete for every 4 years, I think it is. And we won it last time. We lost through the Americans actually cheating the last time. But
yeah, is that right?
yeah, we still have a little bit of something going on there because their skipper is Australian as well, you see. So,
Well, there you go.
He's not going to get
There
a
you
chance this time. He's not, literally. And we're in our own backyard in the Hauraki Gulf, so we're going to have a lot of fun doing that, especially with the Louis Vuitton building up to it. As long as we can get other boats into the country, because believe me, this COVID thing again, you know what I mean? So,
Yes, that's going to put a damper on it.
well, we do have the primary racing teams here as it is. They've been here for a number of years now, building their boats, getting everything prepared.
Nice.
They know what they're doing. But there's still a couple of outsiders like Italy, for instance, who want to come in that have been told, no, you can't, you should have been here. And now they're saying, well, that could be life-threatening. Well, for who? They did. They said to the Prime Minister, oh, it's a matter of life and death. Really?
Yeah.
It's still not going to work. No way. But I tell you what, we're looking forward to the summertime now. We were talking about you going into winter, us coming into summer. But there's nothing like a little bit of sunshine.
Absolutely.
Tell
Right, yeah.
me
I see
about
where
that.
you're going with this.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, this song, okay. I wrote this tune with a guy. His name is Willie Mack, and he's from Texas. And but I came up with this idea because I was driving to the dog park with Kinsey, the bigger dog that you saw there. So I was driving there. you know, in most country songs, you can write a country song about anything, right? So this one, the inspiration came from my dog. We were driving to the dog park, and the sun was coming down, nice summer day, and I thought, just in my head, I got you and a little bit of sunshine, and all was right in the world at the time. So I wrote that down in my on my phone, and then I kind of came up with a bit of a melody and some ideas, and I took it to Willie, and he and I sat down and did like a Skype thing and wrote it through Skype, and yeah, we came up with that, and I think it was just super fun song. That this song was actually the first song that got a lot of traction for me from radio, and it was the first single off that second album that I released in 2015. So yeah, that's pretty much the story behind that song. You know, just the idea is kind of unique, you know, how it came to be, but then we put a relationship spin on the song, so it was relatable to other people.
Nice. Now, at the same time, Willie Mack, he isn't a wrestler, is he?
No, he's not.
Okay, because believe me, I'm familiar with the Willie Mack that's the wrestler for WWE.
Oh, well, I used to be a big wrestling fan. I used to be like a big Undertaker fan. But
Yeah.
Willie Mack, yeah, no, he's this is the country singer from Texas. So.
Okay, and you got a big round of approval for the Undertaker as well.
Oh, nice.
He's just retired recently, hasn't he?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't really kept up with it, but yeah,
I think you'll find he just a couple of months ago he's retired now, and
He'll be back.
he's well.
Yeah.
You know what retirees are like? They keep coming back again and again and again. You know, it's like an addiction, isn't it? You know, you just got to keep doing it. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, live with Alex Runions. Alex Runions, let me get that right, and a little bit of sunshine. So how you feeling, Alex? You okay?
good. Yeah, all's good over here.
Nice.
So I just, sorry, the dogs were kind of bugging there, but hopefully they're
good.
kind of at bay now.
Oh, good. Believe me,
Can't hear anything.
we're big dog fans as well, so don't
Oh.
worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we put up with ladies that come along with children and stuff like that, you know. So
There you go.
Yes, we did the
and
other day.
we're always told never work with
Children.
animals and children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cats, don't forget
Cats,
Michelle.
yes. Michelle's got cats.
Yeah.
How many she got?
Oh, about 9.
She's a cat lady, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
She's got as many cats as she has awards.
As many cats as she has awards.
Say with her.
Have you ever heard of Michelle Lee?
She's an
Michelle,
American.
yeah, I know her.
Okay, she 10-time JC Award winner.
Yeah.
That's legendary. That really is
Yeah.
legendary. I wonder when Dolly Parton's going to give her a Hall of Fame.
Oh, soon.
Gotta be on the way.
Yeah, well, the JC Awards is held at Dollywood, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Fantastic place, that. Love that place. Good. So how long have you been away from Nashville? Do you make many trips there?
Well, I used to go maybe like once a year for a writing trip, and go kind of for a week. But well, with COVID, that's kind of
Yeah.
put a damper on all that. So yeah, I don't know. I still try and go. I love that city. It's my favorite city in the U.S.
Nice.
Because
Nice.
I don't know. Everybody's doing the same thing, and it's full of writers and
Yep.
musicians and artists. It's cool.
Yep.
So have you ever been?
Yes, many times. In fact, I stayed in a place called Newport, just out of Nashville. If you know,
Okay.
a couple of guys that wore blue boiler suits and used to disappear at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, they did. You know, I feel sorry for you when you watch this over again, and may I suggest do it alone? Okay, well, you know, the wife's going to say, idiot, you talk to that guy? Really?
No, she'll be happy, and then she'll be hopping on here with you sometime too.
Yeah, and believe me, I really, really would love to do an interview with Erin. I really, really would. But are you familiar with Autograph, the band?
Autograph?
Yeah, turn up the radio.
Ah, gosh.
He's young.
I don't know if I do know them. Sorry.
Okay, well, may I suggest one day go and have a look on Google and type in Autograph. Now, you might get the new Autograph because Steve Lynch, who used to be the lead guitarist, has left the band, and another good friend of ours, Jimmy Bell's, replaced him. But he was saying to me one day, would I like to interview his girlfriend, which is absolutely I would, Alina Ray.
Yeah.
Now, she's won an award just recently as well for Entertainer of the Year and stuff like that. Very, very talented lady. And we were doing this interview with her, and it was hilarious, literally hilarious. She's one of these young ladies that you can just absolutely poke a stick at and she will take it and give it back to you, you know what I mean? And Steve gets in touch with me and he goes, Grant, we watched that video 9 times. I said,
Awesome.
you're sadistic, aren't you? He says, we couldn't stop watching it. It was so much fun. When you watch this, believe me, vet it first before you show anybody else.
Okay, thank you.
And don't do it in your underwear.
Yeah, okay. just because?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I won't, I promise.
Yeah, no, otherwise you might need therapy.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird now that you mention it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But, as I say, you will get a copy of this, and I do feel sorry for you if you, you know, most people in their sane mind would go, oh my God, there's that thing, ditch it straight away, right in the bin. You know what I mean? But you will get some funny photos as well that you can put on your wallpaper of your phone, show your best friends, show your family, everything like that. Kiwis, not healthy, don't do it, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, this is a prime example of a kiwi. Believe me. By the way, the kiwi is actually our national bird.
Oh yes, that. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I wonder. You know, I should probably know that. I think you know, that does sound familiar, and I'm sorry that I didn't right off the hop. I don't even know what our bird is, to be honest with you. So.
Well, our kiwi is a flightless bird.
Yeah.
But us Kiwis, we do have our own airline as well.
Yeah.
Yep, so we can fly. Kiwis can fly. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Here's one. You have McDonald's there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we had a couple of Canadians, and about 9 months ago, I was in a McDonald's in Whakatane, which is a city about 35 minutes away from where we are. And these 2 Canadians were there in the breakfast time. Now, I don't know how you have, probably a big Canadian breakfast. Yep, something like that. Well, we have a big Kiwi breakfast here at McDonald's. And the young lady's saying, would you like a Kiwi breakfast? And the first Canadian says, outlandishly, that's illegal, you can't do that, no way, you know, that's just wrong, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And his mate's going, just a little one.
So, oh my gosh. So didn't realize that it's just a regular breakfast. Just
you know, bacon and eggs, sausage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
you know.
You just call it like a Canadian breakfast.
Exactly, a Kiwi breakfast. You know,
a big American breakfast.
Yeah, no birds were harmed in the making of this breakfast.
There you go.
So, moving on, and well, should I do the 5 questions? No? You sure?
No.
All right.
Oh.
No, I want to do the 5. I want to do the 5 questions.
You talk too much.
I talk too much.
Yeah.
I know. I get paid to do that.
I'll have to edit.
Would you like the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grey?
you know, I'd be down for them if you want to lay them out.
Okay, all right.
You poor thing.
Barbara, I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, so I hope I'm not.
No,
Don't worry, I'm
well,
the only one
we're
that gets
just
into
having-
trouble,
We're just
believe me.
having them on.
Believe me, you got a whole room full of people here going, oh my God. So let's start with, talking of McDonald's and everything like that, have you ever tried vegan sausages?
Bacon sausages?
Vegan?
Vegan? Oh no, never.
No? Oh,
No, yeah.
another one that won't admit it. I was just wondering if they're made of real vegans.
Yeah, well, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Vegetables,
Yeah, well now it's making you think about that Irish coffee, right?
It is.
Yeah, what do they put in that? Real Irishman? Baby oil. Let's talk about... No. When you melt down to put in a bottle of that.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of some, but yeah.
Dear idea. Okay. Girl Guide biscuits. Bet you can't just eat one.
Yeah.
There you go. Top that. Now, are you familiar with politics?
Yes.
Okay, world politics. Let's try this. In Britain, the elected Prime Minister there now is called Boris Johnson.
Yep.
Here in New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern is our Prime Minister for now, but we're having an election. But either way, we're going to end up with a woman anyway, because the leader of the opposition, Judith Collins, is a woman as well. But
Okay.
that's still debatable. The board's out on that one. We're not sure about that. We kind of think she might be. You never know. Angela Merkel, she's the Chancellor of Germany. And then in America, you got Donald Trump. Who's the odd one out?
Of those?
Yeah.
I don't know. Trump?
Everybody says it. Everybody says Donald Trump. Maybe it's because he's the colour of his almost impeachment.
He's almost impeachment.
Well, he almost
yeah,
did.
He's pretty darn close, you're right.
Yeah, he's a slippery Don, that one. He Teflon Don, that one. He is.
He'll come and get you.
He's going to come and get me.
Yep.
Any time, Don, I'm up for it. I will take your wig on any time. By the way, what do you feed that thing?
Wouldn't say.
Yeah, are you familiar with Boris Johnson, what he looks like?
Yes, I am. Like
Similar.
basically just isn't it? He's got like the
Yeah, they both
well,
have
is
that
it
crazy
Google?
kind of hair. You imagine them in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nuts, it really is. Are you familiar with James Bond?
Yes.
Okay. As you know, Daniel Craig now has retired from being James Bond, but while he was making his last movie, just a few months ago, he broke his ankle. And
Okay.
literally 12 weeks down, that gets to be a bit costly, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So the management, the franchise owners, all those kind of guys got together and decided, we want to make James Bond a woman. They put that out on the internet. Literally, the world went nuts and went, no, 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 no. Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man, leave him as a man. Moneypenny as a woman anyway, leave her where she is, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So now these franchise owners, management and forward thinkers have come to a compromise.
And
Yeah, he's gay.
no. For real?
No.
Yeah. You got to wonder what he's going to do with his Walter PPK, right?
Jeez.
You know what they're going to call him?
What's that?
U7.
Yeah, you have to be on the camera each time to be able to do that.
You do. Yeah, radio just doesn't do the same thing. It's like my face. It's good for radio.
Jeez.
It is. I got a perfect face for radio. Believe me, I do. I've seen my face before. It scares the hell out of me. It does.
Gee.
You know, while we're talking about you getting here in New Zealand, we have a place called Rainbow's End. Now, are you familiar with the theme parks, you know, the rides and everything like that?
Mhm.
Yeah? So you're kind of used to a roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about roller coaster.
The song. Nice lead in. Okay. Roller Coaster. This song is I wanted a 10th song for that first album, and I pretty much just wrote it. It took about 10 minutes. It was one of those songs where there's no muscling around trying to find lyric or trying to find content. I just it just kind of came to me, and I didn't update it or touch it. It just as it is on the album is how it was written that day. And I was in university at the time, and it's ended up being my favorite song off that album, and it was the one that took the least work.
You know, Alex, I talked to so many different artists over the years, and they say, I wrote it on a napkin, I wrote it on a piece of toilet paper. It took me 3 minutes to write. Those were the songs, basically, I find, that have the most longevity. I really do.
Absolutely.
I think Roller Coaster is just that. I really do. I absolutely love this track. I really do. So here, live, with Alex Runions and Roller Coaster on Galaxy. Yeah, I'm not pulling your leg, Alex. I love this track. I do. In fact, it was the first song I heard of yours.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's interesting because I never released that one or anything, but it's the one that I got songwriter friends around, and they've always thought that was one of the strongest ones I've ever written.
Release it today.
Kind of neat.
Well, unfortunately, now you're playing to quite an audience, and I think we're going to release it to them today. What do you reckon?
Oh.
We'll call it a new release. Nice.
Yeah, let's do it. That song's like 10 years old, so I'm okay if we release it and do something.
Nice, brilliant. Who's with us today?
Oh, we've got Sharon Anfield. She said, "Hi, Alex from Australia."
Oh, young lady from Australia is saying hello to you.
And Warren Marshall.
Oh, hello.
Cheryl Schofield.
Cheryl.
Drew Gregory, of course.
Drew Gregory.
Yeah, and Matt's still there. And
Matt's still there.
Yeah.
Matt, you are a glutton for punishment, aren't you, brother man? Unfortunately, he's been through this process. He knows what to expect, and I'm sure he's trying to figure out how you're going to survive without a stiff drink. Believe me.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Those guys are a lot of fun too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I know Drew. He's awesome dude. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and I love Cheryl. Love Cheryl.
Yeah,
really
and Brandon Lorenzo. You must send us some
Brandon.
more, darling. Yeah.
Young Brandon's with us.
No, she's the manager.
Oh, okay, Cheryl. Sorry, I thought you were saying that he was there as well.
No.
Love Brandon, really do. Looking forward to new work.
Cool.
So, our next song is "Take It Out on Me," which is literally your most requested song that we get here at Galaxy. But
that's cool.
are you going to? Will you come back again? Will you release new music with us?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
I'd be happy to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because believe me, bro, we would love to be able to catch up again if you want to put yourself through this.
Oh yeah. That's fun. This is good.
And we would love to be able to promote you as much as possible as well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way,
I'd be happy to.
By the way, folks, literally today I'm actually wearing Gary Porter coming out of the UK.
It's a little bit tight on you.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm going to need a pair of scissors to get out of it. But thank you, Gary Porter.
It's a nice t-shirt. I couldn't get in mine.
She's like a roller coaster. She's like a roller coaster. And I'm in love with her.
Hi, Amanda, darling.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 26 after 12 o'clock. It is 16 degrees downtown, and that's what the weatherman predicted was going to be right today, which is scary because we like to make sure that he's never right, and I predicted 18 degrees. I thought it was going to get there, but it was a struggle, but still plenty of day to go yet. We'll see how it goes. Thursday, September 24th, and I'm absolutely elated because I'm joined by, of course, Alex Runions, coming out of Saskatchewan. Now, gosh, it's good to be able to get my tongue around that name because I've had to practice sometimes now, to be very honest with you. Now, as it's a really surreal time right now, are you looking at releasing brand new stuff in the near future?
Yeah, I am actually. It's we're just kind of trying to pick the song, trying to even write the song. I have a couple that are finished already and ready to go. It's just whether or not the right one comes along, and or I can write the one I want. But definitely there are plans of releasing some new stuff and kind of working towards a full length album. So. It's exciting stuff right now.
That's really cool. So what I'm going to ask you is, will you come back, will you release new stuff with us? Will you literally, now that you're a member of the Galaxy family, just drop on in and say hi, because we would love to be able to follow you, see how you're going, keep an eye on stuff. Now, are you familiar with any of the Galaxy pages on Facebook?
I am, yeah.
Okay, we have a thing there called the Galaxy Artist. Now, that's for you and for every other artist. Use it as much as possible if you've got gigs, if you've got a new song, if you've got a new video, if you've got anything new that you want to promote,
Funny photos.
it's free. Go and make use of that, and believe me, we have a lot of people looking at everything in there. Everything from, agents, promoters, all sorts of people, right down to the fans that go and have a look in there as well. So you never know who might be able to have a look. And, what sort of relationship, now that you've said that you respond to people that actually approach you? I never do. Do. And, the truth is I never find the time to be sociable as much as I would like. I got to be honest with you. But at the same time, people do like to be able to get in touch with you, do like to be able to follow you, do like to know how you're going. And, Galaxy is a good platform for them to be able to stay in touch and just know that you're doing okay. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and thank you for providing that. That's great.
That's absolutely stunning, and believe me, here's a little one out of the bag, and I don't know whether I should be telling you this or not, but early next year we're actually going to be putting in what we call the Andromeda system here, which takes our fans that much closer to the artists like yourself, because we're putting in hundreds of monitors in here, and if they've got a question, whatever, we can actually link them in live so that they talk to you live, ask the question, you can respond to them live, and, it makes them that much more part of the show, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And only because I'm sure the bosses are sick and tired of me talking.
You still be talking.
I'm sure they want the audience to do it now. But we absolutely think that is absolutely innovative. It really, really is. And we're looking forward to being a part of that. And, of course, maybe next year or something like that, you've got a new album, you want to come back again and have a chat to us. Maybe, you never know, you might be talking to one of a couple of hundred different fans that are watching at the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I really do.
It is.
If folks don't, got to be honest with you, you can take it out on me.
Yeah, you totally could.
Yeah, could take it out on me, but, Alex, maybe we could take it out on you. You tell me how we can take it out on me.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the song. I was working with a manager in Nashville a few years ago, about 4 years ago, actually, is when this song came along. And so this is one that I actually didn't write. This is one of the first ones I never wrote. And all the other stuff we listened to, I did. But this song was written by a couple of big writers out in Nashville, and they had actually pitched the song to us because we were looking for outside songs, and just to see what was out there, see if something fit. And this one instantly stood out to us. And so we were about to record it, and then what happened was one of the publishing companies didn't sign off on me recording it. So fast forward to 4 years later, and I check on the song again, looking to release another song. I was going to just do one that I wrote. And so I thought, I just want to check on this song one last time. So we did, and sure enough, all publishing companies signed off on it, and we went and recorded it, and here we are. And the song is really just about the power and passion dynamics in a relationship. guy has a few drinks, comes back home, and then there's this kind of this spark that it's sort of a fiery relationship that these people have. I think that's relatable. I think that it does happen where people who even they argue and they fight. That's how they communicate sometimes. So it's kind of a unique song in that way.
You've been collaborating with my wife, haven't you? You know her.
A little bit.
You know her. Yeah, literally. But believe me, I can relate to that myself. I really can. So, live here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined by Alex Runions, and Take It Out on Me. Kicking everything around here. Didn't mean that. How you feeling there, my friend? You okay?
Good. Yeah, all is good here.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So what we'll do is we'll wrap it up here for the on live stuff, but don't go anywhere just yet because we'll take a couple of crazy photos, mainly for multimedia purposes. The crew do posters and stuff like that. Also, Barbara will put everything together and make it a movie for you. Don't be surprised if you get contacted by Nada Nuff on Facebook or on Instagram, something like that. That's actually my on-air producer, my wife. She has been taking some backstage photos and stuff like that as well. Barbara will pass those on to you. She'll probably pass a couple on as well, and just say hello.
Yeah. I'm down for that thing. I appreciate that. It's always good to have the content and everything, so that's good.
in the meantime,
She was asleep.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were asleep. You look like you were asleep.
No,
Yeah.
I'm that interesting.
Yeah, apparently.
They're
Well, it's nice to be wanted like that. Right?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll get you later.
Apparently, I'm like an old comfortable shoe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something you throw away when you've used.
She'll get you with a shirt.
Not smiling anymore.
Do you feel used?
Well, a shoe has a sole and a tongue.
Oh yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah, no.
Mine don't have tongues. They
Yours
have
don't
soles.
have tongues.
No.
You don't have a sole.
Yeah, mine have got soles, but no tongues. That's mean shoes.
Men's shoes.
Yeah, they've got the tongues.
Got tongues.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to the desk.
Yeah, I love to see a good girl lose control. Well, I know you're about to explode. So push, baby, push me up. I'm breaking the hood of this truck. Oh, I know you know where to lay the blame, baby. Take it out on me. Whoa, you can take it out on me. Whoa. Take it out on me. Tell me how it's gonna be. Galaxy 107
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and Alex Runions, I got to say thank you for joining us here down under in New Zealand. We would love you and your good lady to come and join us down here. Get into a bit of trouble with me, why don't you?
I would absolutely love to, and it's my pleasure coming on.
Nice, and well, hopefully by the time we get you down here, they've forgotten about their golf cart and in the
You'll
lake.
have to pull it out of the water.
Yeah, no, it's marinating. We'll call it that. We'll call it marinating. Just before you go, we want to say thank you to Jasper Ensign from Nova Current Public Relations Publicity. Thank you so much, Jasper. Looking forward to talking to you at some stage in the future as well. Now, Alex, it has been an absolute pleasure. We'd love to see you back again in the near future. We'd really love to be able to do an interview with Erin as well in the near future. But we're going to have to wrap it up for now. But please don't go anywhere just yet, because we're going to do a couple of crazy photos. Something you can give your friends. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Sounds
Just don't show your earring, will you?
great. Yes, sure.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's the Swinging Blue Jeans.